Welcome back, everybody, to the ESL Hearthstone Legendary Series. It's time for our last quarterfinals before we move into the last two matches of the day. We have coming up on stream two players who we have absolutely no clue about, but we have figured out how to pronounce their names. It is unctennis and Kawhiet, as in like Q-U-I-E-T, but
yeah,
instead it's like a play on words, English onomatopoeia, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the winner of this match will go on to face Gooby. And UNC tennis.
Yeah, so I guess it's a college student.
I guess
cool.
so.
Or maybe UNC is an alma mater. Maybe he's a fan of Michael Jordan. Or maybe he plays a lot of tennis. Or maybe it's all three of those things. Maybe it's none of those things. He probably went to like Duke, and then he probably plays like rugby.
Maybe his initials are UN and
the
C.
23 is like his favorite age or something.
Wow, he's looking very spiffy.
Damn.
That's a suit.
That is a handsome man.
Oh yes.
He is ready to sell me some Cutco knives. Meanwhile, Kawhiet, well, he looks like he actually is in a dorm. He has like a closet of some stuff. It looks like he's in a really compact space. This is pretty cool. You know, you dress to impress. So I'm already feeling like whatever UNC tennis does, I'm already hoping for a victory here.
Yeah, the best way to make a name for yourself is to stand out.
Yeah, well, I mean, wearing a suit and tie to a Hearthstone match is interesting. Either that, or he's playing from work, and he's not getting a lot of productivity. I am so in favor of that, if that's the case.
There was like a calendar on this wall behind him, and it seemed like a pretty formal setting, but
yeah, it could be the case where like UNC tennis is he might be like a full-on white-collar job, right? Like he might be a lawyer, or he might be some accountant or something like that. And there's like actual stuff to get done, but he's choosing to play in a Hearthstone tournament. Good for you, man. Good for you.
UNC could stand for You Need Cutco.
I would definitely do business with this guy. All right, so let's look at the opening hands here. We have Paladin versus Zoo, and the Zulok can overwhelm the Paladin if the Paladin gets the bad draws, but it's a lot less likely to happen with Muster for Battle, the shielded mini-bot, especially if you have a Zombie Chow early on. It stabilizes the board so well.
But he doesn't know that it's Zoo, so he may as well, oh, okay, throws it away. So
right, you have to.
Make the read, yeah.
I'm curious that he threw away the equality. Do you want equality? Or do you feel like it's not worth it? I feel like equality is a really strong setup for, like, especially for Muster for Battle or anything like that early on.
Well, the hand that he got is definitely not the best.
Ooh.
Sledge Belcher's pretty good, but
he's got a really good hand against Paladin. He's got ways to buff out of Consecration. He's got Nerubian Egg to play around Consecration.
This could end up being a pretty quick match. But Sledge Belcher is a good way to stall.
Yeah.
Consecrate.
If he can get to that stage.
Yeah, if he can get.
Because what's going to happen is he's going to hero power, or if he coins out the Alder Peacekeeper, he still can get punished pretty heavily by the two drops, and then he can't even access Consecration. So as long as one of these juggles hit the Silverhand recruit, I think UNC is going to run away with this game.
Yeah.
Oh, Knife Juggler.
Second chance.
Oh.
Solid juggles.
Yeah, I was busy admiring his tie, but yeah, his juggles were great too.
He's just better than we are.
He's a superior human being. Just look at him. He's well kept. He's good at Hearthstone.
It's a Florida Gators flag. And
he could go to any event and get backstage easily.
He could.
Because he's wearing a suit. Alright, okay. Joke's fun. No, we moved past it. So now it's like the stage of like, how do you play around the turn 4? Is it the True Silver or is it the Consecration? I personally think Consecration is the more devastating play.
Yeah. True Silver, you're still putting on pressure.
This Undertaker's now become a Chowan Yeti. Probably best to have traded preemptively, because he missed. I think by this case he missed the damage.
At this stage, he might just push through. Well, I guess if he is playing,
yeah, you want to play our concentration.
I mean, yeah, that's
well.
true.
That was kind of a fun game.
Yeah, there's.
Because if you play Sludge Belchers, a defender of Argus is most certainly coming out and then pushing through.
And if you consecrate, you're actually putting more power on the board.
Right. Way more power.
Well, because you're taking with a Knife Juggler, so.
Oh, that's true, I guess. Coin Sludge Belcher is most likely what's going to happen, but I think Tennis is about to serve a fast one here. He's about to ace him.
Tennis jokes.
Yeah.
I don't have many tennis jokes. Did you play tennis?
I've played Mario Tennis. That's what I've done.
That's good enough. It's basically.
Oh, he's can't juggle
same
twice.
Thing.
Brutal.
Wow.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Yikes.
And he already used his coin, so he can't even quality consecrate and clear this board.
Nope. And he might just even freeze him just for,
Freeze one of your 1/1s just for good measure.
I was thinking freeze his face so he can't even do anything. Can't even True Silver and kill himself or attempt to.
All right. Well, good game. Well met. So we're gonna go into game number 2, and Kawhiet is gonna have to utilize his own Warlock against Tennis's Hunter. See, that's why I feel like for a while when people used to play Paladin, like Zoo, how could you face off against Zoo and like feel comfortable in that matchup? Because just the way it happened was as if GVG didn't come out. There was no mini bots on time. Like by the time mini bot came into hand, he had to play on something else.
Yeah.
No muster for battle, not even a zombie child. This is exactly why Paladin pre Goblins versus Gnomes was considered a deck that you couldn't play.
Yeah, and it was Paladin was even slower back then. Well, there was just 2 variations of Paladins. There was like the Shockadin,
right?
Which I think actually still struggled because you could just get more value early on.
Sure. I mean, Shockadin is supposed to be Zoo, but just
you don't get much value out of divine favor. Not as much as out of divine favor.
All right. Well, Tennis. UNC Tennis. He needs, if he comes to the land, I'm going to sit him down and say, you need to get a different username. UNC Tennis is just so vague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did see the Florida Gators stuff on his wall. He had a flag and a sign for the Gators.
Wait. So his username is UNC, but he cheers for the Gators? Maybe he did one undergrad and one one as a
UF
graduate
is
school.
University of Florida is actually a pretty big
right. But I'm saying, like, why would
postgrad.
he put UNC in his... Like, those guys are big rivals.
Maybe it stands for something else?
He probably went to, like, Stanford or something.
I'm baffled. Baffled.
Alright.
We'll try and get an answer for you guys, because I know...
We will, because this definitely is an important question to ask.
It's a puzzle. It really is.
Would you play just the one Clockwork Gnome and hold on to the rest?
You want the opportunity to buff the Undertaker out of range of... Well, I guess it wouldn't... No, it would, yeah.
Right.
Just
Just to challenge it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hunter is still very powerful against Zoo if it can get off to a really good start. The power of Zoo is being able to punish, and so if it wasn't able to capitalize on its early start, then it often gets bullied by Hunter because it takes too much damage tapping. Hunter can clear really efficiently, and it can race really well. The question is, what kind of Hunter is followed up by it? Does it have Unleashed and Hounds and Knife Jugglers and Snake Traps? Is it just simply a mid-range with Sludge Belchers? It's slower?
Yeah, Lotheb doesn't really give too much away, because you can fit Lotheb in both of those.
Oh, God.
Wow.
That is the dream. Oh my goodness, he has a finicky stealth cloak field too. Like, that gives him the ability to do some wild stuff next turn. Because turn 4, you're afraid of the implosion. So you can hide it for turn 3, or turn 4 rather.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it now too.
I like it doing it now because the Leopard Gnome still challenges the Flame Imp, and
Yeah, just because of this, he still can juggle it technically.
and 3 mana next turn you can still buff it twice with Haunted Creeper and Clockwork Gnome.
It's actually a really cool play. The juggle on the 2/1 though would be so big.
It would.
I think he's gonna go for it though.
1 and 3 though.
So many possibilities.
Do you juggle with the Leopard Gnome?
You can juggle with the Undertaker.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
1 in 3 chance though. It wasn't very likely.
Yeah. I mean, it's still not. I don't think that changes his play much. I don't think he really would have done anything different if he had, even if he had known that it wasn't going to juggle the Leopard Gnome.
Sure.
If he could see into the future.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So many possibilities.
Quiet's in a very bad spot. Oh, so it is Houndmaster. So it's a little bit of a more sport-centric, slower approach. Go off the Knife Juggler, I suppose. And then from here, he's got pretty firm board control. The best part is, most likely, his opponent will have to spend his board trading into the Undertaker, and then he's got a Houndmaster on the Haunted Creeper.
Yeah.
Right on curve.
Really great curve. Lothar to follow it up as well. It's like that he draws into something else.
Yeah, it's really too bad he has to overkill right now.
And when you're playing defensive like this as the Warlock, then that's exactly what the Hunter wants.
Yeah, this is just too good value to pass up otherwise. Yeah. Really? Eagle Horn Bow is okay too, but you're putting 4 damage onto the battlefield as well with the Houndmaster. Oh man, Time Rewinder with 2 minions with strong battle cries.
Yep. Yeah, I get Lothar isn't really that strong against Zoo. I mean Implosion, yeah.
Okay.
But that's their only spell that they run now. Not the strongest of turns.
Animal Companion. Well, he's got some really strong momentum on the board here. So he played a little bit off curve. It's fine. He still has a really strong command over the board. His opponent doesn't have any way to easily deal with this, short of a power overwhelming. The 3 damage difference is so big. Undertaker gives him some buffs, but it gets challenged easily again.
He can Time Rewinder the Houndmaster next turn. Make a 4.
Yeah, so what he can do is he can kill a
5,
minion,
6.
Time Rewinder, and play it again.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Wild.
He's gonna have a 4-5? Oh no, a 5-6. What? That doesn't make sense. Alright, so you kill off the Leopard Gnome, you Time Rewind it.
Oh no, he's gonna go with it.
So it's definitely that was definitely the cooler play.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. That's still crazy.
A situation where Leok is actually really good.
There's many situations Leok is really good.
I didn't say the situation, I said a situation. I like Leok.
With 2 Haunted Creepers? Okay, I think that Ironbeak Owl keeps him in the game.
Yeah, one of the best draws in that situation.
Yeah. Still going to be tough though because of his positioning. Like he didn't position the Leopard Gnome in the middle, so no matter what,
Yeah.
he can't maximize his damage across everything.
Yeah.
It's something a little unfortunate that a lot of players don't really think about on the small micro scale, but
Especially when you're behind, you tend to make quicker snap decisions.
right.
You don't necessarily think a couple turns ahead, you're just trying to minimize as much damage as possible by emptying your hand.
I wonder.
He's at 12 health.
You
could
can't
actually
tap
just-
that much more. It's fine because he can still crash into one of these.
There
He
we
can
go.
crash into like the spiders and activate his egg and still have some reasonable amount, but still, it's a pretty tough position to climb back from.
Almost out of time.
Yeah, better positioning there, and he would have been able to, I think, even clear one more creature off the board.
No. 4, 9, 11 damage. He is 1 damage off lethal. So, guess you just loath up hero power.
Huh? Well,
Or
it's
maybe you time rewind or something back so you have the guaranteed. No, you can't do that. You don't have the guaranteed kill. You need a hero power this turn, right?
yeah.
I'd be really surprised if he goes for the board clear. I guess how much damage is on board? 7, 8, 10? So he's afraid of a Doomguard top deck killing him.
Yeah, because with Direwolf Alpha on the board, it would be enough.
Sure.
And at this point, it's actually not too far-fetched.
That's fair.
To
That's
assume.
fair.
So going with the kill command might have been a little bit risky. No, actually, because he wouldn't be able to life tap. It would have just been one draw. Because he would have been put him at 1 health if he did that.
Right.
So maybe not that.
He wanted
risky.
to eliminate any chance for a comeback.
Yeah.
So this will seal the game because he can't actually stop the damage anymore. All right, so the Hunter is going to take game 2 here, and very quickly UNC Tennis jumps out to match point already. And we're going to go to, what's the third deck here, TJ?
Mage for UNC Tennis and Shaman for Kawhiet. So
Not good. Not good for Quiet.
a lot of it,
But
I think a little bit depends
can't really
on
argue.
what type of mage it actually is.
Can't really argue with the, with what Tennis is doing here. He's just playing pretty solid game plan. Hunter, Zoo, really strong decks. It's those are the decks that people often play in these open situations too. So
Yeah.
if he wins and he's playing like Mech Mage,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mech Mage at this
if
point.
it's Mech Mage, well, pretty much he's got the trifecta going on.
There's usually 2 ways that people play. They either take a really balanced lineup with ways to deal with a lot, or they just go all in with aggression.
Just go all in. I mean, he wouldn't be making too many fans. Maybe that's why he dressed up in a suit. Maybe that's why he dressed up in a suit and said, you know what? I play to win because I'm serious business.
Or he did it to take away from the fact that he's playing
To detract you, distract you.
Yeah, that's funny. He's
I don't know.
Stand-up guy. Stand-up guy.
He does look like it. I'm more willing to trust him.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Well, he's definitely better dressed than us, and we're supposed to be the ones being professional here. Here we go, game 3, Mage versus Shaman. And it doesn't look like it's a Mech Mage. It looks like it is a Freeze Mage.
Freeze Mage.
When you see Explosive Sheep in Blizzard, it still gives the possibility that it could be a Fatigue Mage. But when you see Fireball, Fireball is not a card often included in Fatigue Mage.
You don't really need reach. Your reach is fatigue.
It's a little interesting situation because your primary objective for Fatigue is just to keep away and kill, and Fireball often overkills everything you want to do.
Sometimes as a fatigue mage though, you can actually just outvalue.
Right.
You just get so many duplicates and echoes that you end up just winning.
Oh, that's really interesting. He didn't draw with the Arcane Intellect. I guess he's really afraid of the mechs from the Shaman. I was expecting draw, because that's what you want on early curve. There's no safer time to draw than now. You're going to be taking 1 damage. I guess he can Arcane Intellect now too, not a big deal.
Yeah.
Or he can use the Explosive Sheep, but it seems like it. So like, why not
Yeah, I feel
Arcane
like
Intellect the previous turn
Yeah.
and then drop the Sheep here?
Yeah.
Because if you drop the Sheep, then you also bait him to use the Earthshock.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a reason why he would opt to do that first. I was thinking maybe like Power Mace, but that wouldn't make sense because he could just ping off the Divine Shield later.
Frost Nova, Doomsayer, but it's gonna get Earthshock. And then starts the trains of blizzards and freezes.
Yeah. Blizzard followed up with like a Explosive Sheep. It's
Right.
pretty good. Can save the second Doomguard. Or sorry, Doomsayer. Got Zoo on the mind.
Do you play Urshok and then... How about this? How about you Urshok your Zombie Chow? And then attack with a Rock Biter. Is that too creative? So that way you shut off the possibility of healing him with Zombie Chow?
Wow. I actually really like that.
Is that too creative?
I mean, it gets rid of your reach later on if you need to, if you get into a turn where you sort of like have to pop.
Maybe it's a little too idealistic that it will work out that
Yeah.
way. But one thing for sure is I don't like the Zombie Chow against Freeze Mage because it can heal. Coin Neptulon. That would be interesting. He would have a virtual full hand with a lot of Murlocs.
Yeah, Murlocs are a good way to push for damage because a lot of times
The charge minion.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you just get a Bluegill Warrior or
old Murkai.
Old Murkai.
It's a way for you to.
Maybe even get Cold Light Oracle to
Win
make
the race.
the Freeze Mage.
Oh yeah,
overdraw a
that's
little bit.
overdraw. Yeah, because there's a lot of pieces in Freeze Mage that are crucial, like Alexstrasza.
Yep.
Even smaller pieces like Second Frostbolt or even just one Ice Block.
Yeah. I would have liked to see him drop the Acolyte of Pain with that too. So you can get 2 guaranteed draws. I don't think your concern is dying again. I think your concern is to make sure to draw it into a way to win the game.
Yeah.
Freeze Mage is supposed to excel through consistency of its draws, so that way it gets to its burn fast enough. And if you worry too much about playing keep away on a board that's virtually empty, because 3 damage again is not that much in the big scale of things, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, and in the end, you have to realize that you're racing. You're racing against your own hand, basically, and your opponent's ability to do damage. You have to stall long enough to be able to draw into ways to win your win conditions. Alexstrasza plus your burn spells.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So the deeper you can, the faster you can get deeper into your deck while still preserving damage. Because in that situation, he would have gotten through his deck quicker and done the same effectiveness of clearing on the board.
Okay, not bad. So he has a play after he blizzards, because most likely he doesn't want to take this damage. So he's going to Blizzard Doomsayer again, and then he's going to get this Doomsayer hexed, most likely.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe he can just kill him with just Murlocs. I don't feel like it's
Old Murkai and Rockbiter with Murlocs on the board.
true.
Okay.
Well, Shaman unfortunately has the right answer to this too. Oh, he's only at 5 mana. Hold on. Okay, so he has to hex this then.
Yeah, he does.
So this is like one of the situations where Tennis needs to have Flame Strike now, but he doesn't have the draws like on board, so he has to hope it's the next card. Or he might get Frost Nova and whatnot, which is why this is so important for you to draw.
Yeah. I mean, he could.
Alright.
He's got to dig here with Acolyte.
Fireball works.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I'd be pretty reluctant to use my Fireball.
It's okay, you have 2. Oh,
But at this point, you might
Okay.
think that you might not even get to the second one. Whoa.
so one of the challenges that UNC Tennis, because this is again like he's paying for the fact that he didn't draw earlier, is that he played for the health earlier with Ice Barrier, but he didn't play for the card draw. Now he's playing for the card draw, but he's taking way more damage this time, and now he's paying the price for it.
The one thing that as a Shaman in this matchup,
Oh my gosh, so much damage.
you have to be careful with is not loading your board up too much with creatures that
Wow.
can't push.
Oh my god, he just drew Alexstrasza. He just won this game.
Whoa.
Alright, well, I guess it's okay. It works out. Because the whole point of drawing at this point, he had Ice Block. The whole point of drawing was just to get to Alexstrasza. Like, that was the whole point. And now he got that anyways. So, all is well that ends well, I suppose.
I suppose, but he could have been punished for not drawing earlier
He definitely could have been punished.
because this ice block could have popped this turn.
Right.
Doesn't have the second one. But that's the second 3-0 series of the day.
Yeah, there's nothing that Kawhiet can do. He can't kill off Alexstrasza and pop the ice block here. He's gonna have to choose one or the other. Oh, he could play. Oh my God, he could play Lotheb. Oh,
Oh!
wow, we forgot about that.
Yeah, I
card
forgot
draw.
about that.
So big.
That
so
is-
now, okay, so Tennis now needs to draw Secret.
Second ice block. Well, you can draw.
Frost Nova too. Oh my God!
no!
You can't be serious. No, there is no justice in this world. Are you kidding me?
No way. No way.
Runner. All right, I need whatever deals or business this guy is on. I need to get some of that.
Bring in the business.
How did that happen?
It's all in the suit. It's all in the suit.
People like to throw these scenarios into big cloud terms like, well, that's just Hearthstone. And for this very specific scenario, they couldn't be more right. It's just Hearthstone. It's card games. It's card games. It just happens. He needed one of those two cards. It was that or Frost Nova. And even then, Frost Nova is iffy, right? Because maybe he draws a way for him to do damage like a
A
weapon.
spell. Or
Power
anything.
Mace.
Yeah.
Power Mace, a spell. Even if it was something to like Urshock, you can
Urgosh his
Urshock
own
his
minions.
minions, you know, stuff like that. That is game over, and UNC Tennis is going to advance.
Wow.
And Kawhiet is going to be 3-0. That's two back-to-back 3-0s.
Kawhiet is visibly unhappy, and I think for good reason at this point.
Well, that's not the way you want to go. This is the last chance to get through to the match day. It's the last open that we have for the regular season. We're going to be having an open, I believe, or we're going to be having still tournaments and things happening in the next couple of weeks, but we still have yet to announce how those formats are going to go. We're going to have some regular fun before we go into the actual offline finals. But that's going to wrap up our quarterfinals just like that. What do you think, DJ?
I wasn't expecting it to go out like that, and I mean, you look at the bottom half of that bracket there, the semifinals. Both of these guys 3-0'd their way.
Ridiculous.
So UNC Tennis, though, he's got to get through Gooby the Executioner, and Gooby does not take too kindly.
Well, we have two
to
players.
fast decks.
We have two players who I think are favorited, Reynad and Gooby, and we have two players who are the underdogs, Tennis and Lonely Link. And, you know, we have some really interesting stories panning out for the Open Finals, that's for sure.
Definitely.
We also have some great interesting sponsors as well. I want to thank all the people that helped make this possible over at our Newark Esports link. You can check the link below here and get discounts on cool stuff. Show your support to our sponsors and show your support to us as well by clicking on the link. Just checking out the discounts and seeing if you guys have any needs, whether it's more memory or storage or SSDs, etc. We also want to give a shout out to Plantronics, who's giving away headsets and Hearthstone Expert Booster Packs. If you want to check out what they're doing, there's stuff going on in the Twitch chat. There's also links being posted on the screen, so that way you can see how you can get entered into the way to win. And we'll be taking a few minutes and get reset. I believe we're going to take a longer break as we get ready for the semifinals. The two matches coming up will determine who's going to tomorrow's main event. Stay tuned.